What's
Hi,
up, guys? Welcome to our first YouTube video. Today we're gonna talk about ourselves from moving from New York to PA. What made us move, and buying our first house and the process of it and everything. So
yeah. So we decided to do like this video as our first video because we felt like we've been asked like before, like when we first moved here, we were asked like, why did you guys move to PA, kind of, and then oh my god, you guys are moving in together, because we've been together since high school. So some people were like, oh my gosh, and then a lot of people were like, why PA, which we totally understand. And then also like when we got our first house, we got so many questions like, how was the process, how'd you guys do it, and like all that stuff. So we figured out like why not just
make a video, explain a little about it.
And we're also quarantining, so I think quarantine kind of got us here,
kind of pushed us a little bit
to do YouTube. So yeah, so let's just jump right into it.
So I moved first to PA for a job opportunity. I got a head cook of a cafe, and I just thought it was a good idea. It's time for a new change to move from New York. Like, it was just all in the process. Like, I moved, I lasted like a week here. I sold my first car, which kind of hurt. Like, it hurt me so much selling it, but it was for a good cause. I sold it to get our first apartment, which I started looking once I was out here. Like, it was like a week later, I called Jen and I'm like, hey, like, you have to move. Like, you have to come over here. Like, she did not want to at first. Like, it was the most hardest part ever trying to get her to move. Like, she was just a city girl. She was not leaving New York.
Like, backtracking just a little bit, like, he literally got a random job opportunity. We did not talk about it. We did not discuss it. He, like, wasn't in a good place in New York. Like, not that you weren't in a good place. We just felt like there was nothing more in New York. Like,
I just felt stuck.
Yeah, you just felt stuck. You were working as a cook, and all that. So we didn't talk about it. He left that same night. Like, as soon as he got the opportunity, he left that same night. He was like, I'm going. And I was like, just so supportive. I was just like, yeah, like, that's what you want to do? Awesome. So, but we didn't think about anything else. And then a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by. He's like, so are you coming? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. What do you mean me? Like, I was like such a...
You have to come.
You have to. You have to. And I was like, no. Like, it was not in my plans at all, guys. Like, the first month, I did not have any plans of moving to PA. I was like, hell no, I'm not leaving the city. I worked in the city. I went to school in the city. Had an internship in the city. And then on the weekends, on my days off, I would just go to the city for nothing. Like, go shopping or whatever. So I didn't, and the PA to me just sounded like the suburbs. Like, what am I gonna do over there?
She thought we was moving to like a mountain, like the top of the mountain.
Like the middle of the mountain, No, not going. So yeah, I was not convinced. And then a month goes by and like it just starts hitting me like, whoa, I'm not gonna, like, I haven't seen Scotty. He, like, again, like he said, he sold his car to have some money out there.
I didn't go to New York for like a month and a half. Like, the first month and a half, I didn't go to New York. Everything was through FaceTime, text, call, like her, my family, like everything, my friends, literally everything, guys, everything.
Yeah, so he then sold his car. And then the conversation a month later, like, it's brought up again, like, hey, so what are we thinking? And again, like, we didn't break up, like, nothing. So, like, it was just like, I'm living here now. And
I didn't tell her nothing. Like, we didn't speak about, like, what would happen with our relationship if she didn't come, anything. Like, we didn't think about long-distance relationship, like.
But then, like, when you came here, we were both not doing long distance.
Yeah, no, it wasn't in the books. Like,
yeah, we were like,
it wasn't long distance,
we're not doing that. Yeah, especially because we have already been together for 4 years at that point. So I'm like, we're definitely not doing long distance. Like, we were not used to that. It wasn't in our plans.
So, like, I called her and I was like, hey, like, pretty much asked her, like, what would it take for you to come out here? And she was just like, get an apartment and I'll go. And I was like,
yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, I just said that. I was like, like, not thinking it would happen. Like, I was just like, get an apartment. I don't know. We'll see.
I was like, I bet. Say no more. Like, I started looking. I told my boss, which was also soon to be my landlord, I was like, hey, like, I need to move. Like, I'm staying here. It's for sure. Like, I want to work for you guys. And they're like, cool, we have an apartment right upstairs for rent. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I was shocked. And they were like, yeah, like, come look at it. Same day, I go upstairs, I look at the apartment. The moment they opened those doors, I just fell in love with the apartment. Like, it was everything. Like, it was my first apartment, so it was just like, it was perfect. Like, it was huge, nice kitchen, love to cook. Like, it was just perfect. I FaceTimed Jen and I was like, you don't know where I'm at right now. She was like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, you're looking at an apartment. And she was just like, you're lying.
No, you're like, not, I don't, like, I'm looking at our apartment. And I'm like, our apartment. I was like, what do you mean? And then he, like, showed me through FaceTime, and it was so nice. Like he said, like, it was a really big kitchen, a really big living room. It was a 1-bedroom, but we had, like, an attic upstairs, which was, like, fully, like,
2-bedroom apartment.
Which made it, like, a 2-bedroom. And then, like, our favorite part was, like, the bar. It used to be like a back porch, I think it was, and then they turned it into a bar, I guess. But it was beautiful. Like, the whole bar was like all a bunch of like great lighting, a bunch of windows everywhere. Perfect. It was so cute. And like,
remind me, it was 1920, so it was like we couldn't go out to bars, we couldn't really drink out. So it was.
But we had our own bar, so who cares?
The party was always at our house.
So it was super cute, and then he was like, you need to come here this weekend and come look at it. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, this weekend? And he was like, yes.
That was the weekend she moved.
Yeah, he was like, this is what you wanted. Boom, I did it. Like, I did this for us. Come here. And I was like, okay, it's happening, whatever. So, like, we both also spoke about it then, and we were like, hey, like, this doesn't have to be permanent, you know? Like, we're still young. If it goes and it happens, and great. And if a year or two later we want to move somewhere else or come back home, like, we can.
We had the opportunity to go back.
Yeah.
Like, we still had family back in New York, so.
Yeah, so we just looked at it like that, and we were like, fuck it, let's go. So then I moved, and it was awesome.
It was great. She started working with me in the cafe. She became a barista.
Yes.
Learned so much about coffee. Like,
it was like,
it was different.
Probably, yeah. It was like, I've never worked for, like, in the food industry, but it was probably like my favorite job. Like, it was super cute. It was a cute small cafe. Like, everyone felt like family there. We had like our regular customers that would always come, which was so awesome. I learned how to do latte art, which I wasn't even a coffee drinker before I started working there. So it was so cute. It was such a cute cafe. And then, like, where it was too, like, the area, it kind of felt like Park Slope. Yeah, it was like
it felt like back home still, in the area that we was in. It felt like we still had a nightlife, kind of, because everything still closed early.
Yeah.
But
that's one thing we needed to get used to. Like,
yeah, everything closed at 12. Like, it was hard, but it was nice. Like, we had nice local restaurants. Like, small business was like it. Like,
there was like a bunch of bars. Like, it's such a cute area. It is still such a cute area.
Yeah, and it was just like progressing even more. Like, everything was just coming up. So it was really, really nice just getting there in time. Yes. Like, it was perfect. And then, like, a couple months went by. We lived together. Like, then we bought our first car together. We started traveling a lot more. We got to experience a lot more in PA. Like, we started shopping at Farmers Market, which was a lot different. Like, everything came out fresh in the kitchen. Like,
we just, like, had to get accustomed to it. So we were like, hey, like, this is it. We're here. We don't have...
We gotta make the best out of it.
Yeah, we don't have the concrete jungle in our backyard anymore. Like, let's just make the best out of it.
Like, it was time, we were like, oh, it's time for a dog. We got Sega, a first son. We love him to death. Like, yeah, he changed a lot in the house. Like, it didn't feel empty anymore.
Yeah.
So, it was nice. Like, fast forward, like, a year and a half later, like, we kind of went into like a year, lease was it was coming up, and we didn't know if we wanted to keep renting there because the rent was going up due to the avenue was getting, it was evolving a lot more faster. So the lease was gonna change. So, like, we didn't know what we wanted to do. Like, were we gonna move out and rent, or we were gonna move out and buy a house? And our landlord, which became a good friend of ours,
they're awesome. Like, they were awesome people. Yeah, they were our landlords, they were our bosses, and they kind of, like, saw that we were, like, young, but we were, like,
and we were motivated.
Yeah, we were, like, hungry, and they were just like, guys, like, go out there and buy a house. Like, that's your next step. Why are you gonna leave this apartment? And just, like, the rent was going up, so he's like, why are you gonna leave this apartment and go rent another apartment? Like, go out there and buy a house. And we were like, whoa. Like, he was 21,
she was 22 when we was, like, hitting that stage that we had to move. And he was just like, yeah, guys, just go out, buy your house. And I was like,
yeah, like, just grow. So at first, like, the thought at first was obviously scary, like, for anyone, like, especially that age.
We didn't know if this was it. Like, we didn't know if we wanted to stay here for sure. Like, yeah, it was 2 years later, but New York was still like, it was still calling us, like, come back, come back. Like,
But we go to New York a lot.
every weekend.
Yeah.
Almost every weekend we go to New York,
We went
literally.
to New York, yeah. So it was still like, it was just scary to think about it at that age. But then we were like, anything that we did, it did not need to be permanent. And we knew that. Like, we could just be, like, it was just growth and we can keep on growing from there. So we were like, okay, why not? So they also helped us out in like getting a realtor and setting us up with someone, which was awesome. We just started the process. Again, one night we spoke about it and
We made a list kind of what we wanted to look at, like, in a house, like what we wanted, what we didn't want, like what was necessary, things like that. And he acted like, we gave our realtor the list and he just started sending us houses, like, look at this, check this out, and we just went from there. Like, literally like a month and a half was a process of just looking at houses. Like,
so that process like was so much fun because I
but
always
super stressful.
Yeah, like I always looked at houses already on Zillow, but it was different because now I'm looking at houses that I'm gonna actually live in. So it was so much fun looking at houses, but it was so stressful. Like,
Super.
you see bad houses, like the pictures are not everything. Like, the pictures that you see on Zillow are not always it. Like, we saw bomb pictures. We
But
get
then
to
we
the
looked at
house.
we were like,
What?
Who lived here? Like,
they did something with them angles. They were good with them angles. But that's like how we. So like Scotty was saying, that one whole month.
a month. Yeah, it was like a month of just sending houses. Okay, we want to see this house. We want to see that house. And guys, we saw like some houses that were like, what, like. But then again, we also thought like people wouldn't move. People wouldn't buy the house for fix up, bro. And we understood that we wasn't looking for that. It wasn't what we was looking for. But we looked at about like, in less than a week, we looked at about 14 houses, and it was just like, nah, it wasn't it. Nah, it wasn't it. And like, we at one point we was like, damn, are we ever going to find our house? And boom, like there was just this one night, and
So yeah,
like it was like 8 o'clock at night, right?
So yeah, that one day we saw like 3 houses and they were all like super bad houses that we saw. So we
lost hope, literally.
yeah, well, I think that night we like lost hope, and our realtor at the time, he was just like, hey guys, like it's okay, like this happens, like don't worry, go home, relax, and tomorrow will be another day. And we're like, all right, fine. So we get home that night, and then I get a notification from Zillow, and it was like this house that came up, and the pictures look again bomb. Like it looked so cute, and I was like, oh my god, we need to see this house. So the
Like
way
today,
it works.
like, she was attacking me, like text him.
Yeah, I was like, we need to see this house today, please. Because the way it works, and like when you're looking for a house, like the houses go fast. So if you see something that you like, tomorrow somebody could put an offer in and it's gone. So I was like, we need to go. So we texted him that same night. He was like, yep, cool. Like he made it happen that same night. He was like, yeah, let's go see it. Like he knew we had a bad day, so he made it happen.
He texted us like, hey, meet me the location of the house. Boom. We get here. He was here. We look at the house. The moment this guy opened the door to this house, like, not even joking, we was just like, we want this house. We want this house. He's like, walk through the house first. I'm like, all right. So we walk through. He shows us the house. Like, guys, it was beautiful. Like, we just like fell in love. Like, for our first home, like, it was it. Like, 3 bedrooms. Like, it was just perfect. It was what we was looking for. A nice yard for Sega. Like. And
it was like cute. It was modern too. Like that's
it was up to date. The house was up to date. Like
here in PA, a lot of the houses are like traditional. So you have like panel walls, and like it was not what I wanted. But this house, everything was up to date. The kitchen was brand new. It has a cute little island. Floors are all wood. The walls were all fresh. My favorite thing was probably like the crown molding on the house. Yeah. It was just so cute, so modern. The colors were black and white. And I loved it. So
like it was just perfect.
Yeah,
like,
finished basement, attic was
done.
done.
We need to get a house tour soon for you guys. That is coming, I promise.
Yeah. So we fell in love with it, and we were just like, yeah, we want it. He was like, nope, I'm not gonna let you guys put an offer in right away. And we were like, what? He was like, go home, sleep on it, we talk about it tomorrow. I was freaking out all night.
Literally.
We were like, what if someone puts an offer in, or if they sell? But he reassured us. He's like, guys, I know the person selling the house, so don't worry. Like the house, if you guys want it, the house will be yours.
We came back the next day, like,
to see it again.
We FaceTime our family, you know, we had to show them. We kind of needed their approval just to make sure, you know, like, we needed that. So we showed them the house, everybody fell in love with it. Boom, we called the guy, we're like, hey, this is it, put in an offer. waited about like what 5 days
Yeah.
to get a call back. We were like
Those were like
nervous.
the longest 5
The
days.
longest 5 days.
I
like,
think we got like nauseous. We had headaches. Like
Yeah,
we were just
everything, like,
stressing
super stressed out.
to get approval. But
We came like in those 5 days. We came back to the house at least like 4 times just to see the house. Like 5 days go by, we get a phone call. He
It's
tells us
approved.
like you guys are approved. Like we start the process.
and we're making it seem so crazy, but like we are honestly like we were so blessed. Like the process for us was so easy compared to like other horror
Yeah.
stories that I heard. Like I've heard people put in offers after offers after offers and not get it. So the fact that the first offer that we put in and we got it, like
It was nice.
yeah.
It felt good. Like
It felt good.
we didn't think it was true. Like it was crazy.
We were like, what? We got it. It's ours. Like that's it. So yeah. So then after that,
It was 2 months of like
paperwork,
sending paperwork in, getting paperwork out. Like
back and forth. And
that part, it was the most stressful part. Like
guys, they dig into your whole life. So
Literally,
make
like-
sure you have your whole life prepared when you're buying a house. Like you need paperwork from the day you were born.
but the moment we signed that we got the keys in our hands, it was just like
It was awesome.
We did it,
We
like-
ran here.
yeah, we came straight to the house, like started cleaning, like we wanted to move in literally the next day. Like we
Yeah.
came, we cleaned. Her mom came out, helped us clean. Like it was just it. Like it was perfect. We moved in. We started decorating as soon as we moved in. Like we started hanging up pictures, and it was the most blissful thing that's ever happened to us. Like
Yeah.
getting our first house at 21 was the best feeling in the world. Like it was, I worked up for this moment in those 5 years after high school. Like it was just it. Like
Yeah. It felt so good, and like again, like we are so blessed to have the process go. The people who were working with us were awesome.
all the help that we got.
All the help that we got along the way, the people that we met, the motivation that we had behind us, our family, like it was awesome. So it was a good feeling to then get to this point, and now we're here. Like now we have like a couple months in, or almost a year,
we're like a year.
into our house, and yeah, it's still so much fun. It's fun to decorate, fun to buy stuff, and all that stuff. So
Yeah, guys, so-
yeah, that's pretty much our full story on moving.
Moving to PA.
Yeah, moving to PA. For us, it's probably been like the best thing that we've done.
Moving out.
Yeah, moving out. Like we don't regret it. Like the good, the bad. Like we don't regret any of it. It's been the best thing, and we've grown so much here. We're still young. We're still a lot more to
We're
grow.
still learning.
Yeah, but
It's a
we're
lot,
happy.
Still learning. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
it. So yeah, guys, like that's our story. If you like this video, definitely like it. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel.
Comment down below.
What else you guys want to see? Like, give us ideas. Again, we're new to this.
Ask us questions. Like,
Yeah.
if you guys are in the process of buying a house, we would love to help with anything we can. Like,
So just keep on following us. We are gonna come up with more stuff. This is just like the beginning of everything, but yeah.
so yeah, guys, that's all. That's all we got for you. Till next time. You know.
Bye.
Latest.